We're here filling up the feeders. Well, we're going to start here in this backfield now. Completely empty. The winter hasn't been that bad, but the deer are just, they decimated this field. Like, it's down to the dirt almost. I could run this over with the chain drag right now and I wouldn't have to do any kind of Roundup or glyphosate or like anything. It's like almost down to the dirt as it is already. But we're going to walk around and look for some shed antlers after we fill the feeder up. And I brung a bag of, let's see what I grabbed. Whitetail Institute clover. And this area right here was all the clover. This here's the alfalfa I put, but it pretty much turned to nothing. It got packed down and got wet, and now it's just the globs of slopping mess. So I don't know if this is a good idea or not. I mean, they ate it all. They picked through it all, but you can see how it leaves a matted mess here, killing everything underneath of it. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn on if this is the way to go, throwing alfalfa like that into your field. Maybe if you had some kind of covered feeder or something, I don't know. But just, I don't like this. This is going to be a mess nothing's going to grow under this now. Okay, so that's done. This holds 400 pounds, and that's 8 50-pound bags, and I just put 7, so that's how high up 7 pounds. That's how high up 7 bags will get you, plus all that sticking out of the front, so that's fine. All right, I think I'm gonna pick this up here. Oh, I don't want to film it. Yeah, it is. Oh, it's heavy too. All right, I scraped all the old alfalfa, picked it up. Man, that stuff stinks. It really stinks. It smells like dog butthole or something. So I don't think I'm doing that again. They ate some, but it looks like they wasted most of it. It got wet. I'll just stick with the feeders for an experiment. It worked, but not good enough for me. All right, let's take a walk. See if we can find some sheds out here. All right, I'm just walking around in a thicket right off the side of the field here. Now, when we had a really bad winter, when it was a lot of storm, and it was like 2 years ago, we were finding all the sheds underneath of like this, like underneath pine trees. The deer were I guess they were bedding, trying to absorb the heat from the pine trees. And we would find the antlers laying right under here. But this year is such a mild winter. We haven't found any sheds yet this year. And I think all the food source around here, like the acorns and all, kind of disappeared. So I don't think the deer are concentrated on the farm here next to the fields or anything. They're having to wander a lot further. And they can, because the weather's nice and there's not that much food around. So the antlers must be spread out. Gosh, who knows where. Yeah, it seems like the worse the weather, it kind of concentrates them into an area, and they'll stay there. Especially if I had the food plots out here and the feeders going after the season was over. It really helped finding sheds. But you could see this trail I'm walking. You would think there's got to be an antler somewhere. Nothing yet. Zero. Nothing?
No. Did you find anything?
No, not yet. All right, nothing by the edges of the field. So now we're walking up on the hillside, and we're going to walk this old logging trail here. But I mean, there's all kind of deer trails coming off the mountain, and of course they're headed down towards the fields. But sometimes you'll get nice rub lines along these trails, and who knows, maybe a buck was just cruising here and dropped one. Hey, here's another pump jack stand right here. That's on my list of things to do, is to clear those out, cut all the trees all around them, clean them up, and put some gravel around each one of them and try to find each one. Still working on that project. Now I've walked back here, I don't even know how many times up there, and I just happened to look down and I see this metal thing here. It's huge and it's in the middle of these woods. Like it must have got dumped over the side. It has a tag.
Deposit circuit 220 volt.
It has electric to it, yeah.
The model. Clark Equipment Company. Huh. Refrigeration division.
Yeah, it's like a huge.
Refrigeration.
Like it has the lids to it here.
This is a weird place to
dump something. Yeah.
Refrigerator.
It's huge, whatever it is. Yeah. Oh, maybe it had something to do when this was like a dairy farm.
Maybe. Well, I would be way up here.
Yeah, I guess the farmers would just get rid of the stuff and dumping them off the sides of their hills whenever they could to get rid of stuff.
That's kind of stuff.
Yeah. Hey, look at the size of this tree stump back here. Holy moly. Wow. Big old pine stump here. Wow. 4 foot. That's a 4-footer. I'm king of the world. Yeah, if this was wintertime, there'd be sheds here under where these pines are. It's because it's got all pine needles. It's soft. It stays dry. But because of the weather, nothing. Like we are not finding anything.
Dougie's king of the hill.
Yeah,
King of
yeah.
the world.
Doug's up here with me.
You almost need to wear a hat to do this because
The stickers keep getting you.
caught in the hair.
Yeah, my hands are getting torn up by thorns. And you can see like the electric. There's an electric cable there. There was electric ran up there. I don't know, maybe there was some kind of building here because they ran electric to here. I don't see the pole anywhere. There's some old metal there sticking up out of the ground. Yeah. All this is regrowth, which is crazy. All right, so what's the chances that big set that Miss Oxford 821 found last year, that buck beds in the same area every year? So this is the trail that we walked up last year, and she just looked to the left and just saw both sides just sitting there together. Is this where it was?
Yeah, it's down under
This close? I thought it was back further.
it was right in here, I thought.
I thought it was up further.
I see. Well, there's a trail here, so let's look.
Yeah, I think it was up further.
Actually is, but there's a trail here, so let's look. Nothing, Dougie? Nothing?
Man, it's so hard to see. We're kind of high up on the mountain now and just following some trail. Actually, we're following where the dogs are going. And there's just so many nice spots. Like, this is a southern facing hillside. It's dry. It's thick with small sapling, like deer heaven up here, and deer crap everywhere, just no antlers, nothing. Like I can, like this whole hillside looks good. Now I'm skirting along the edge of the field. The edge of the field is like, I don't know, 100 yards to my right, and there's just such good deer trails that weave through all this thick stuff on the edge of the field. And there's rubs in here and everything, and I'm not seeing any antlers. All right, I'm walking another trail. This is kind of like the lowest logging trail we've got here, and you can see the deer. They do use it, and I'm just looking to the sides. Haven't had any luck, but they're everywhere. There's just trails everywhere, and I mean, I find a lot of antlers just in the field, so it seems like they're not in the field this year, so I feel like I should be able to just walk on these trails, and we're just going to walk these trails and look off to the sides where they cut in and out of the wood line, and like areas over here where it's like a nice dry flat area where they might bed. But I'm just not seeing anything. All right, I had to stop here. We're going up and up. There's just more and more buck rubs. You've got to see the size of these rubs. Holy moly. Stand next to one behind you. Yeah, look at that. I'm gonna move up here. Yeah. Some buck hit all these trees. Look at this. We're way up here. We never walk up here. Look at this right here. Stand next to this one if you can. What the heck?
Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, every one of these trees are hit. The one behind you right now. The one's down there. But he's facing uphill when he's doing it. Because it's not on this side. You have to see it from the lower. I wonder if his antlers are down in here somewhere.
Right here,
yeah, you would think they'd be laying right here. God, that's a big old rub. Wow. Now we're filling up this feeder. We just finished this feeder. Kind of like looked around here, and when we drove up, we looked along the edge of the woods. We were playing around here for a while, looking at all this mess here, and I was like, man, I can't believe there's no antlers here anywhere. Like, what the heck, man? And then blam, like right there. This buck, I think I actually have him on camera. Like the one side was broken on him, but that's a pretty thick antler to be broken like that. Yeah, you're supposed to find that. You're supposed to find them. So we're on the board. We're on the board with a broken shed. Not as this year's. That's.
I don't know what we're gonna use that for.
I don't know. It's pretty thick little piece, a chunk of antler. So we didn't get skunked, but we're still looking.